This spring and summer, visitors to Laing Art Gallery can visit a pair of complementary portrait exhibitions exploring themes of personal identity, relationships, and storytelling in art. The Herbert Freehills Kramer Portrait Award 2025, organised by the National Portrait Gallery, is an annual celebration of contemporary portraiture, chosen from 1,314 entries from 61 countries. The exhibition contains a collection of 46 skillfully painted portraits by established and emerging artists from around the world. Exploring Identity has been curated at Laing Art Gallery in response to the Portrait Award. It contains 27 historic and modern portraits from the Laing Art Gallery, Shipley Art Gallery, and Hatton Gallery collections. The chance to see these historic and modern portraits alongside such a variety of contemporary portraits allows visitors to explore ways in which the art of portrait painting and the representation of identity have changed over time. Many of the Portrait Award paintings explore ways in which personal identity evolves in response to lived experiences, whether that's becoming a parent, developing a career, or losing a loved one. Exploring Identity continues this exploration, focusing on the ability of portrait artists to capture much more than just a single moment in time. It celebrates the artist's ability to capture who their subject is. When I visited the Portrait Award at the National Portrait Gallery, I was struck by the parallels between the contemporary portraits and the historic portraits from our collections. Immediately, certain portraits came to mind that would perfectly complement the contemporary paintings. For example, Tallulah Hudson's Waiting in Shade and Charles Wynne Nichols's Portrait of Lady Under a Tree both depict waiting lovers. When viewed side by side, the two figures look almost as if they could be waiting for each other. Whilst other portraits, such as Evadne Davis's Inset Day and Arthur Hughes' Portrait of Mrs. Leithart and her three children, show distinctly differing attitudes towards the construction of identity, in this case, the effects of parenthood. Across the two exhibitions, we see many similarities in the use of symbolism throughout much of history. Books and antiques still symbolise knowledge, while flowers remain a symbol of romantic relationships. But the context that comes from viewing works of different time periods together also allows us to see changes in attitudes towards identity and personal relationships over time. Whilst historic portraits often focus on the wealth and high status of their sitters, many modern portraits show more balanced views of life, focusing on themes such as illness, aging, and grief. The Portrait Award features a varied selection of skillfully painted portraits. Some of my personal favourites include the beautifully expressive Kofi by Michelle Liu, who was the winner of the Young Artist Award, Ant Carver's Old Friends or Familiar Faces, which explores symbolism behind the legend of the Black Dog, and Xu Yan's Tangled Waves, Leda and the Swan with Tang Dynasty-style makeup, an elegant and intricately detailed portrait that looks at diversity and gender through the lens of Greek mythology. Exploring Identity also features paintings such as John Lavery's Hazel in Black and Gold and Harold Knight's The Seamstress, which are firm favourites amongst Laing's frequent visitors. But there will also be the chance to see a number of works that haven't been seen on display in recent years, such as self-portraits by Robert Jobling and Harry Thubron. Visitors will see portraits of people of different genders, sexualities, ages, careers, nationalities and beliefs, some with medical conditions and some having experienced political or national conflict. We hope that everyone will be able to relate to some of the stories behind the portraits and to see a little bit of themselves in the exhibition.